gosh. Great. And I got these guys. I need to get out. I need to get out. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice, and welcome to episode 24 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die, The Purge. It's a little early in the morning. Did get most of our workstations set up. I think the last one I was working on is crafting in here. Yep, there we are. So I actually had to get the forges running so I could create broken glass, because that was the one thing I was missing for this workstation. So we'll set them up over here. I think I need a beaker. Cool. I want to get some gas going over here with the shale that we have. Throw a few of those in there. Should be good. All right, 100. We'll leave a little bit of shale. Cool. Second thing, we got our ammunition assembly station. So that's the only way I need the gas for. The cool thing about this is we no longer need to craft gunpowder, bullet tips, or brass casings. We just need the basic stuff that get crafted from it. It does it all by itself inside this machine, which is cool. We do have to work through some stock that we currently have. So I will at least want to make something out of the bullet tips and bullet casings that I currently have. Craft some gunpowder up just so we're not wasting. I wish there was a way that you could scrap these or convert these into the base stuff, but unfortunately that isn't possible in our machine. That's the only things that we can actually make the brass out of. It doesn't include the bullet casings, so which is fine. We'll just do it the manual way for that. Also, where did I put my... Yes. Can I make concrete right now? Yes. Oh, not a lot. All right, so that's unfortunately, play on words there. So one of the things that I kind of discovered while I was doing my research for this base design is explosion-proof concrete has more hit points, but less horizontal support. The actual numbers for that. So explosive-proof concrete has 80 horizontal support with 10 mass, whereas concrete has 120 horizontal support with 10 mass. That means 4 extra blocks of support, which means I need regular concrete over here for, at least for the top layer. The main layer, the support layer, I want it to be steel and concrete. So what I'm going to do for the first part of this morning is I am going to map out the beginning of our horde base over there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out the parts where we're going to put the footprint and see as far as I can get. What I'm probably going to do is we'll spend the first half of today out there. I'm going to be working on that. I'll keep recording. If anything happens, I'll kind of show you, but then, you know, this will give us the ability to make the episode more on the purging for when we do, and it looks like we have a horde. Cool. All right, so look, I guess we're gonna start the day with a horde. Doesn't look like they see us though. We can fix that. I definitely want to. There we go. Actually, let's take our red tea. Give us some super speed running. Dogs are going to do some work, but let's go ahead and pop our mercenaries as well. Bring the dogs back over to me. That way they're not getting completely destroyed. And let's see how far we can get our axes. If we have to, obviously I can switch to guns, but if with this kind of crowd control now, I should be able to do a pretty good job of just getting in here with my axe and trying to get as much leveling up as I can. And they're going to keep, I guess we're going to keep getting pieces of them. Yep, now we're starting to get stuff that's got the... Yep, I need to pick him off real fast. Good. Now we can go back to hitting these guys without all the armor. As I don't think the axe goes through armor like that. So, it's a nice little... wake up to get our kind of juices running. I think it's our first actual horde of the desert. I don't think we got one while we were exploring for the chem station back in the day. Just getting my stamina back up. So I'm not fully free to just power attack everything, although I can do it for a while. So it looks like we still got to do a few things with our I don't say auras, but with some of the points that we can put into. And then I'll look at which mods I'm running too. But eventually we'll get to the point, and that might be I just need some more sexy Rex. But again, we're doing good, even with the one hand. So we did get to 4. Nice. Okay, so we got to 4. Let's grab our bag, see if we get anything good. Not expecting anything super fancy. And then we'll get to work over there. Like I said, looks like we got a couple that ran off and then just pause. I want to make sure I get everybody, because each one of these guys have a better chance of dropping the loot bags. And not that I'm expecting to get anything super fancy out of loot bags, but every little bit counts. Alright, what are you guys? I wonder how far they're supposed to go before they just stop and don't do anything. Oh, there we go. Fire. So, yes, it sucks to get set on fire, but these are the zombies that we need to kill to make friends with the trader over here. Alright, looks like we got one more. Oh, man, we're making our way up to tier 4, so this is good. Hopefully I can get, maybe by the time we do all of our purges at the end of the episode, we might even get to the next tier of axe. Cool. All right, I'm going to go put this stuff away, grab my materials, and then I'm going to get to work over here. And when I come back, we'll have a decent footprint. So you should understand kind of what the plan is, what we're shooting for. And then we'll go purging. All right, so I just ran out of wood for upgrading the blocks, but we have the basic design of the first layer. And I'm going too deep on the structural support. So the plates that are going to go on the wall, on the outside wall, and they'll be basically all the way down. So it's going to go down to bedrock. So it's going to give this whole inside block here is going to be the same as if it was a solid block. So it's like a space for spacing to keep the zombies away, but it's going to still be the same as if we had a block there. And then the same thing, we're going to put a block on the opposite side of those for these to basically stick to. So this means that we're basically, it's like we've got a solid, this to bedrock, and then at this point, we are only 1 block out, 2 blocks out. So I get a lot of structural integrity all the way down to the middle. I might be getting a little iffy towards the middle, but not enough for it to cause it to collapse. And I'm doing it all the way across, even though I could probably do skipping ones. It's going to be resource intensive, but I want to make sure that it's safe. This is where the garage door goes, or the drawbridge goes, and it'll basically put down so the path to come in. So this will be like a parking area for the vehicle. I'll have ladders going up, and where the solid blocks are, these are living areas. The walls are going to be these plates. So they're going to go up, and then this will be the whole size of our living area. The horde fighting area is going to be about like 2 blocks here. It'll be a thin line going out to there, so the zombies will come straight at us. There'll be a electric fence coming from floor level up to above my head, so at the very beginning it'll catch some of them there. But I'll also have fences going from here to there, these 4 layers here going across. And then at the spot right here where they come at, which will be another pressure plate, I'm going to have 2 shotgun traps that are basically pointing right here. So anything that gets all the way up to here will then get hit with shotguns. So this will be, so while we're up working, if something happens and I'm not aware of it, I will hear it. Because I'll hear the electric fences, and if they get through that, then I'll start hearing the shotgun, which lets me know to get down. And I can either fight them from here, or I can jump down and then play it however I want to. But this makes it so that my base is safe. At no point am I ever in fear of having them get at me and get into my base, start destroying. So I got a lot of work to do resource-wise. I still have quite a bit of concrete and the explosive-resistant concrete. The reason I'm going straight concrete for the floor level, while they both have a mass of 10, their horizontal support for concrete is 120. For explosive proof concrete, it's only 80, which means I have less support going over there, and I have run the risk of having this whole thing fall on me. So I would rather have this entire floor is going to be of concrete. So it's going to have great structural support for everything I build on top of it. The reason I'm okay with this being explosive resistant is that's not what's supporting my weight. It's going to be these plates are what is actually supporting this. And those are going to be steel at the top. These two layers here will be steel, and those two layers will be steel, because the steel has a horizontal, let me look it up here, I actually wrote it down. I've been doing a lot of research on this one to make sure I get it right. Yeah, so steel has a horizontal support of 300. So basically, up to this point right here, I can support 300 mass going out this way. So I could have it, one side could support almost this entirety of it going this way, because they're only going to be 10 each. So we'll be safe. We will have a, far as structure goes, we will be safe on this entire base here. And even if we have a couple, blocks taken out, it won't be enough to bring us down. The footprint, though, we're going to have like 4 pillars that are going to be like here, 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 and here. Each one of them, while it is only going to take like a 2x2 footprint, is going to give us a 4x4 support in the way that I design them. So there'll only be like a 1 gap between them, each of them going across. And then the upper base will be up there, and it'll actually come all the way out to like here and over there. So it's going to this entirety in a very larger area. Lots of farm space, lots of living space, lots of crafting space. So that's kind of where we are here on this one. And I just kind of like this funnel type of thing, so that any of the horde or any of the zombies coming this way, especially spitters, are not going to be able to see us until they get up front. And then, less of us having stuff shot from weird angles. So that's as much as I can get done right now. I'm going to keep working the resources. Tonight, I'm probably want to have to go out and go tree chopping, although this axe that we have is phenomenal for that. I can basically 2-shot almost any tree, so we can really get a good bit of resource gathering tonight with both the trees and maybe a little bit of mining. So anyway, I'm going to put my stuff away and get geared up, and we're going to go do some purges. I'm going to probably hit this kind of area here, because it looks like these are all manageable, whatever that is. And this I'm going to hold off on, because that's like a tier, well, I think it might be a tier 3. It's pretty hairy, but I'd like to try to see as far as we can get down this road, get our own little home neck of the woods taken care of, get as close as we can to that 15, so we can actually see what we have to actually clear. All right, I always get turned around. For some reason, I keep reading my map as the other direction around. So we'll go up to where the trader is, and we'll start working our way back down. I did craft our tier 4 axe. Hopefully by the time we're done, instead of a tier 5, it'll be the next tier, which would be kind of cool. All right, so let's head into this one. One of these days here, I got to do some work on harvesting cars. I need the brass from the radiators and just a lot of stuff. So that would be something that wouldn't be a bad thing for me to work on. Yep, come on out. And as soon as I saw their guys' eyes, and I hope I kill her before. Yep, let's take a couple vitamins. Let's be smart about this. Okay, we got Big Mom over there playing with the pooches. Yeah, come on. Alright. Is there anything in here? Oh, this is the final loot room. Interesting. So interesting how they designed where the loot room in there. Man, we're getting some decent stuff now, getting steel picks. Alright, there we go. Got ourselves a nice little bit of brass there. Hopefully we can find a good spot in this desert for lead, because I think that's gonna, now that I've kind of an idea on where to get all the brass I need, lead's gonna kind of be that next big kind of gate for us being able to progress. Okay, and we got one done nice and quick. All right, that one's there. Let's see what's to the just next to the trader, because I think, again, it's interesting how some of these tier zeros are, but I think it seems like this should be one, whether it's up there or over here, but it's somewhere on there. Just kind of streams, and it might even be in these silos too. So let's get upside there, pop the tops on if they have them. Nope. Okay, maybe this one. No. And just to be sure, they are hollow. Now it makes me feel like I should do each one just to be sure. Okay, well, at least we verified there's nothing in those. Okay. Cell tower. So my guess is there's for sure going to be some pigeons up top. All right, we'll clear everything else away. Oh, we even got a Hazzy over here. Okay, that looks like a fake-ish wall. Nope. All right, up we go. I swear there's gonna be pigeons. I'm gonna get my gun out. Can make a tier 3 mini right now. We are definitely making our way through that. If I can get to the point where I do the 5, I will make a tier 5. I think that it'll have a big enough impact on damage-wise, and probably even give me some extra store or extra mod slots. All right, that one's done. Let's see if there's anything up here. Oh, and the days are going quicker now. We are at our 60-minute days here in the desert. So unfortunately, we won't have as much time for all these POIs and purging. We'll just have to make sure we're quick about it. We're going to head across the street to the dinner wagon. My guess is this a tier 1 or 2? 2, yep. All right, get the old axe out.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
All right. Got some nasties here. Get one down. Okay. I am grabbing all this stuff because now we're in a whole new area, so I don't have all the stock that I used to have, so I probably should be grabbing most things again. And I used all my money even though I had so much, so I'm back to looting for money. I was hoping to try to stay away from you from the fire, but he got me. Don't know how long the fire lasts. If it's worth it to stop in the middle of a fight when I'm being attacked to try to drink some water, or should I just let it go out? Because that seemed to go out fairly quickly. And I think it was better for me at that time not doing anything. Okay, interesting. That looked suspicious, but okay. I thought maybe they were going to jump out of from there. This is an interesting, assuming this is someone's house is what they're inferring. Oh, a few people's houses. Okay, good. Go to sleep. No fire hands. But we are definitely raising our numbers of fire zombies so we can get the nice lady to start selling the stuff. And again, she sells some decent stuff. I mean, unfortunately, now that we've already got most of our workstations, we don't need them as much. But I mean, she sells the full workstations. She also sells like car stuff and actually full vehicles too. Like you can actually buy a gyrocopter off her if you had the money. So I don't know if I really want to push for the gyro. I don't know if it's a popular or unpopular. The gyrocopter I'm not the biggest fan of. And it's just the handling. Like yeah, I can land it. Why did they hit you and try to pick you up? Okay, and looks like we got ourselves a seeker. Can I get this thing open or... Okay, I gotta go up front. I do not want to get trapped in here. Yep. All right, let's kill you quickly. I don't want to fight them in here at all. That is a bad option. How do I get out of this thing? Oh my gosh. Great. And I got these guys. I need to get out. I need to get out. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's get out. Let's take some medicine. Of course, it's a bandit seeker, so they're shooting at me. Although I'm hoping that the reason I'm still alive is because I took that Voidwalker stuff. Let's kill him quick. Get these guys quick too. Dogs are doing their job, and of course I forgot my friends again. Okay. Oh darn. Lost that cache. Alright. Did we already complete this one? No, we have not. So there's still 3+ zombies. Okay, so we still haven't I gotta go back and do this thing the way you're supposed to and figure out where these last 3 or less, because it's not always exact, zombies are. Somewhere there's got to be a button to push, because there's an awful lot of locked doors in this place. Yeah, that was not a good time for that event to start, being trapped inside the diner. Another stop sign. I like those things. I want to find a way to put them up in my in my base. All right, there we go. And that looks fake as hell. All right, gotcha. Cool. And I even still get a little bit of time left with my mercenaries. And we got it cleared. Do we have a rebirth? Yeah, we do. Cool. Ooh, I'm already at a tier 5 with the titanium axe. Like I said, by the time we're done today, hopefully we should be in the next axe. We still got enough time, I think, to do a couple, hopefully. Okay, that's ours. We've already done. This is the ham radio one, and then so we should be able to do these 2, I would think. Oh, I didn't pick up my loot yet from the seeker. All right, we'll make sure we do that before we finish up for the night. Oh, dude, I was busy. Do you mind? Literally, I'm almost into the the loot, and he interrupts me. The nerve. All right. Yeah, let's try to get you guys. Since these 2 are right next to our base, maybe I just run in there real fast, get the zombies, and then come back and loot them. So we can get the fighting part done before... I mean, they all seem to be running anyway. Let's be honest. They are all running anyway. I don't think those are worth much. I'll have to check to see if there are anything I can get anything good for breaking them down. Looks like these are our last 2. Cool. That one's done. Alright. That's right. I want to get an extra one. I want to have one that I take with me. I don't know if I've said this before, but the drones. I just really wish there was a way to lock storage in the drone. Less the actual dogs and everything, because I know that's very specific to the mod, but the drones are vanilla. So that's something that the Fun Pimps put in. So it just seems like it's strange that you can't lock the inventory, because I know if you have the healing mod and you put healing items in, when you do take from, it doesn't take them. So there is some sort of mechanic that has been programmed in. Just wonder if there's a way that someone could figure out how it is to get it, so we could get like the locking ability that we do for our own inventory for them. So then there's like certain things that you could always just make sure that they always hold on to. It'd just be cool. All right. I'm only going here to see if it's a 3 or 4. I think it's a 3. It's just a really scary 3. Oh, and there's a landmine I almost walked into. Yeah, it's a 3. It's just a really dangerous 3. All right, and this is a 1.
My senses have picked up something.
Yeah, so we should be able to hopefully cruise through here fairly quickly, being a 1. And then we'll loot, and then we'll head back to base. I need to start working on a tree farm. So I'm going to run around chopping trees, but I'm saving all of the remnants of the trees because I need to set up a tree farm, which also means I need to make dirt. So I got to look and see what the what the process is for making dirt. And I probably won't go into the depth that I normally do in my normal worlds where I lay out planks all over so you can only put the... wow, I got actually high parts here. Huh. Yeah, so it's only the only place you can place your items is on the actual spot. So I'm not going to do that, I don't think. But I do need to get something set up so that the trees can grow so we can get what we need to be able to craft, because a lot of upgrading for blocks. So I definitely need some wood. All right, are you... There we go. All right, I knew there was another spot, but... Okay, no. You must have dropped on us. Maybe they're underneath. Says... Okay, everybody I have left to kill is on my level. Cool. All done. And I think I already looted everything as we were going through. We do still need to run and get our... Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab these trees while we're here. All right, I'm gonna hit up a bunch of trees real fast before I head back to base for the to close out the episode. But we'll kind of get a feel for how this new time that we have and how much we got in there and how much we want to work on the bases each episode, because we made it up to 11.4%, so we're close to actually getting the tier 0s to show up. I think we're going to make really good time going through this, and actually we're actually about to clear another, because I think this is an actual POI, the hill. But yeah, so we're getting a feel. I think even though the numbers are high, I don't think this is going to take nearly as long to get through as our original one did in the Pine Forest. I think we got better weapons, we're better equipped, and we can go through them pretty quickly. One good thing about being in the desert, all the aloe vera and yucca you want. Yeah, let's see. I would like to get a decent amount of wood so I can go and put it in our machine and start getting more planks put out, because right now I'm limited on how much progress I can make on the base because of wood. So we really I need to get some wood. Okay, she might be... Nope, it says there's 4, so there's still more here. We'll see where the rest of these guys are so we can get completion of this POI. Okay, I think you might be part of it. And then are you what's left? So right now we're at 11.4. What? Dude, the numbers are different. I could have sworn the numbers had said 300 or something at one. I'm thoroughly confused right now. Is this all that's left? All that the desert is? Am I actually only have 100? I'm gonna have to look back at my footage and figure out, because I thought it said that it was bigger than the Pine Forest, and it was gonna take forever, but. I mean, the percentages were going up fast. So, I'm not sure. That's definitely different than what I thought. Alright. I was just right here, so I figured why not. I think this is a tier 0, so... Oh, you're fire now? Gotcha. I guess we can get some eggs out of here. Alright, axes are now expertise level 5, and so now we're putting more points into soldier, maybe? This might be the first time that axes were leveling up soldier. It's always been the machine guns. Nope, never mind. And I can now make the next axe. And we are at 13.3%. Oh my goodness, the desert's smaller than I thought it was. Alright, now okay, we're gonna have to think about this, because that just kind of messed up all of our plans. The assumption was that the desert was bigger than the Pine Forest and was going to take longer to do, which is why I thought we had time to build our base. And I still could build the base, but I mean, technically, we could almost be done with the desert in like a week. Hardly have any time to actually use the base, so now I'm kind of little bummed. And the worst part is the snow biome's all the way over here, so it's not like I could even use that base while I'm going somewhere else. All right. Let's grab these last little things we haven't looted. I don't know why I almost broke that. Yeah, still the same as what we were getting previously. Getting a decent amount of oak seeds, so I could plant 26 oak trees, which is good. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to. And then you'll see when I set this up. I don't have to do this in the winter biome, just the desert. But the desert just got small. I am really confused right now because unless I was it looking at the entirety of the world? No. I don't know. All right. I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to go back and look at my footage for when we first came in and try to see if I can figure out why the numbers are so different now than they were before. But, okay. So we have a titanium bearded battle axe. Is there a one-handed version as well? Or are we kind of... I will look into this one. If this is a two-handed one, I might continue rocking this one just because using it with like the zombies kind of streaking at you, I think it just is better to get more hits in a row than to get one hit because I don't think I'll be able to use the axe much if I'm going slow. So, all right, let me go check this out. I will be back in a sec. All right, so I'm like really confused. So I remember I mentioned at one point that I thought that there were fewer POIs for us to do in the desert. And I just looked back at the episode when we went to the desert to try to find the chemistry station. And it looks like right as we got in there, it was confused and it kept the number of total POIs, 252 from the pine forest, and the number of POIs we'd done, but it changed to say desert. And then about halfway through, it switched to 105, which is why I thought we had so few. So I don't know why in the last episode it was giving us that 287 number, because that doesn't... I thought maybe it was adding up the, both the forest and the pine, but that isn't. So looks like 105 is the correct amount for the desert, and it's the amount that we were seeing way back when. So... yeah, that's very interesting. So I'm still here. I think that what I want to do, we'll still build this. We're just gonna, I guess, go slower on our purges because we could just clear this place really quickly. But I do want to get this base done and then come up with another base design for the winter. Hopefully there's some mountains or something, because I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to do something up in the hills or something like that. With some chutes and things for the zombies to go through. Some ideas I've got. So, yeah, so we have less than I thought we did. We're like 2 POIs probably away from getting the tier 0s shown to us, and we'll be able to see where else in the map the things are. But 50 or 25% is our, when we have to be moved into our POI. So that means we're probably going to have a couple base heavy episodes coming up forward. So I'm going to get started tonight. I think it's the cement mixers. Hopefully they're done mixing the concrete I had them doing. Yep. All right, so for dirt, okay, I can make a decent amount. I really think I only need, say, we'll do 25 in each to get those going. That gives me 50 plots for trees, so I'm going to make like a tree farm over there. And I'll use these to kind of space them out. I don't know how many times we're actually going to chop the trees down, but we're going to need the wood to be able to complete this. So I'm going to work on that. And I think that I did some tree chopping I need fuel, so I'm going to take the trees that I chopped, grab the fuel from here, and we'll get it making, I think it's, wood planks is what we need. So I can, right now, I can make 76, which isn't, oh, it's 456. Okay, that's better. Looks like we, oh yeah, we do. We have an event here, so let's go ahead and knock this thing out while we have it. I'm not sure. Yep. I don't know that I'll be doing much axing action tonight, or this one, because of. And actually, let's drink a red tea. All right, and we'll go back over here. Yep, Doc needs to go down. Okay, bring your pets back with us. Let's get our mercenaries out. Actually, now I think we can bring out the old axe. So this looks to be just a regular wandering horde. I don't think this is a seeker or anything. But hopefully we get some decent numbers on our fire-resistant zombies. Yeah. Much better. Having these mercenaries is huge. And technically, if we were to take a trip to the winter biome, I think we're high enough level to get the herd tier, which would be 3, which would be nice. You know, again, they only last for a minute, and then you can only summon them again after 20 more minutes. So it's once every 20 minutes you can summon them for a minute, I think it is. So, come on, doggies. I don't know what you guys are playing with over there, but we got more zombies. Boy, he was tough. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this new axe does. I really am. And we were close to being done with the episode for today. You the last one. I mean, we're already halfway through to tier 2 of the new axe. So we're down to like stragglers here. So we'll go ahead and call it here. I want to try to get this tree farm going here between episodes. So we're going to go ahead and call it. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you know why it gave us the wrong number for an entire episode, because I was thinking that it was like this was the episode that was the weird, you know, the anomaly, but no, it's last episode was the anomaly. Because the 105 is what it showed the first time we came to the desert. So this is the correct number. I'm just curious why it gave us a wrong number for the long time and kind of messed up my whole thought process on plans and stuff. So, but anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like. If you have not already subscribed, I've seen probably about 3 or 4 subscribers now, and since I kind of brought it up, and it's not huge, but it's appreciated. So again, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.